Hey guys, so it's finally time to do my quicker video review here of the Galaxy Note 2, and I do know that this video is a little bit late out, but the important thing is that it always comes out. So I do know it's been taking some time for me to do this, but the reason is because I've been using the Galaxy Note 2 as my main smartphone, and then it's kind of hard to do a review while you're getting stuff to your phone. You know, you get messages and all those things, and you use it as a private phone. Then it becomes kind of hard. You don't want to do a review immediately. And then, of course, this has been, I'm a Samsung user. I used the Galaxy S2, started to use that one last year when it came out, and I just love that experience. Not the first week though. Then I just wanted to go back to like an iPhone because I wasn't used to the big fat screen. But then I got used to that, and I love my Galaxy S2. And then the Galaxy Note, the original one, came out there in December 2011, and that was such an amazing smartphone for me because it was like the biggest display ever and had like an S Pen. Then I used that one for 6 months, and then the Galaxy S3 came out. I used that one for 6 months, and now I've been using the Galaxy Note 2 here for around 2 months. And I made like a review of it comparing it against the Galaxy S3, but that video was like around an hour long, so I wanted to make a little bit shorter version of that video over here. So if you just go ahead and start off here, because I'm coming from a Galaxy S3, because that's the phone I used before this one. So what is the key things here that is better with the Galaxy Note 2? Well, the key things here that is better, for me at least personally, was the bigger screen. Yes, you will feel a difference coming from 4.8 to 5.3 inch, or no, wait a sec, was it 5.5 inch? Yeah, I think it's 5.5 inch right now. This big fat display, you will feel a difference, but it also before, if you have been using the Galaxy Note 2 before the Galaxy S3, then you won't really feel that a big difference, because that was where I came from basically. The screen is a little bigger than the original Note, but the thing is that it's not as wide. Okay, it's not as wide as the original Galaxy Note, and I have the original Galaxy Note right here. Let's see here. So here we have the original Note. So as you see, you might not be able to tell it in a video like this, but you can feel it over there. You can see it's not as wide, and it really just looks like it is a small little, that it is a little bit wider, but you will, I'm gonna promise you, you will really feel difference. This one feels so much wider than this phone. This one is a little bit longer, but that is cool, because longer you won't really feel. The important thing is how you hold it, and then it's important that it's not as wide. So it really feels smaller than the original Note. So the bigger screen was really not that a big deal for me, but it really feels like it's a different experience for me, at least, when the screen is a little bigger, because just the browsing experience is just more amazing, and you see more, and I continue to love this device. So that's the first thing. Now the second thing, of course, is that you will get this kind of S Pen. So let's see here. They have optimized S Pen from the original Note. So the S Pen is also a big thing for me going from the Galaxy S3. When you take out S Pen here, over here, you can see that they've added, really made a lot of TouchWiz improvements here, so you can quickly create a note over here, birthday note, or diary, or recipe or something, or just a normal note. And the pen, that it's more optimized from the original Note. It's bigger, it has a better sensitivity, and also it has a better, pen over here. It's easier to reach it, because they made it kind of, so you can feel it over there. So the S Pen also was a big thing for me. Usually I use it when I want to take a screenshot. I hold in this button, and then I push down on the screen, and it will take a screenshot. And over here I can quickly draw on the screen, and that really is something that I use a lot. And of course, you have some quick ways over here. You can, let's say you want to cut this out, we can go ahead and do so. I really love the creativity with the S Pen, and you can really become creative. And then also that they have, you know, more TouchWiz improvements, like you can have dual programs up at the same time with the latest update over here. As you can see, I can open up Gmail over here, and then I can open up another app. Oops. If you hold in like this, this multi-window thing is so cool. And let's see here. How did you do? Wait a sec. Can't you do that with? There's some apps I don't think this works with. Weird. Okay. If you just go ahead and go back. Let's see here. Wait a sec. I think you need to be inside of an app to make that work. Let's see here. If you open up multi-window right now. Let's open up. Nothing works when you're doing a video, I know. Okay, weird. Multi-window doesn't work, but it should work. But basically how multi-window thing works is that you should be able to have two programs running at the same time. Now, it didn't work for me. I'm not sure why. But usually, when I tried it earlier, it has been working and it's been amazing. But the S Pen is really a big thing for me over there. Now, if you go ahead and continue, the bigger battery is really also amazing. Going from 2,100 milliamps on the Galaxy S3 to 1,000 more milliamps here, 3,100 milliamps on this boy. I had a lot of problems, it feels like, with my Galaxy S3's battery. But the battery is better. I'm gonna promise you, the battery is way better on the Galaxy Note 2. You can see that I have a very stable curve over here. You can see that I've been using the device for 16 hours and 4 minutes. And yes, I've been charging it a little bit, but the battery has been amazing. I can really easily get through a day with this boy, and then I always get constant, you know, emails and stuff coming to my phone. But the battery really has been amazing, and the battery is a big major thing that I love about the Galaxy Note 2, because 2,100 milliamps, that was what I got on the original Note, and now they've added 600 more milliamps. So that really is amazing. And still, I want the battery to become way better though. I want to be able to use the device for a week without charging, or I mean, like, at least be able to use it for 2 or 3 days before I have to charge it, because smartphones aren't still there, and that's something that pissed me off a little bit. And let's see here, if you go ahead and yeah. So if you just go ahead and continue here, yes, you get more RAM as well, or I mean, at least I got it with my device. I got more RAM, so let's see here, it should be 2 GB. I know there's some Galaxy S3s out also that has 2 GB variants, and I'm really not sure if this makes such a big difference, but as you see, I'm using around the gig right now, and it feels safe that it's in the middle. And let's say I want to use like a heavy app at the same time, it should become nice, because I saw a video on a guy that was using the Galaxy Note 2 as a computer, and that was just so cool. And then you know, if you want to use it as a computer with, you know, custom tweaks and stuff like that, that video has like 200k views at the moment. He used like a keyboard, and he had like a dock like this, and it was just amazing. Then I think it's extremely good to have 2 GB of RAM there instead of 1 GB. And also the higher clock processor. Do you feel a difference between 1.4 GHz quad-core Exynos 4412 on the Galaxy S3 versus 1.6 GHz quad-core Exynos 4412 on the Galaxy Note 2? Yes, you will feel a difference. That .2 more gigahertz on each core, you will feel a difference. It's more smooth in menus and stuff. And that's something that I definitely do appreciate a lot, even though there's some things that they could improve, like when you're exiting out of apps sometimes it could be a little bit slow, and that's something I definitely feel that they should try to work a little bit more on that. And if you're also wondering what kind of software I'm running on, I am currently rocking Android 4.1.1 Jelly Bean, but I'm still waiting for Android 4.2 to come out. And so the high clock processor is really big nice thing over there. So now I'll talk a little bit about my top things here with the Galaxy Note 2. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the negative things and some things why you may not want to pick this up. Many people that complain about Samsung devices are complaining about the cheap feeling that it feels a little bit more, that it feels plastic. And I'm not gonna lie, it feels plasticky, and I definitely think that you can make it feel a little bit more premium in the material side, even though for me this is not a big problem. I don't think many people that use this device will think about it after they've been using it for a few days. And it has kind of like a, you can also say that it's kind of like a nice feeling. I mean, like, you still know that it has an amazing experience, you know, software wise, but some people really have a problem with that plasticky feeling. Gorilla Glass 2 also, you have Gorilla Glass 2 on this guy over here, going from Gorilla Glass 1 on last year Galaxy S2 and last year's Galaxy Note, but I'm really not sure if it's that much better. They're saying it's better and stuff like that, but as you can see, I've got a major thing happening over here, and yeah, it feels like I've been getting more and more scratches on my devices from this year, both in Galaxy S3, even though I smashed that one into the ground a little bit, and also this one, I've been dropping it a few times, but still, this feels not like Gorilla Glass 2, feels, yeah. And you know, Gorilla Glass 1, I didn't even get one major thing like this. Maybe it was just because I was more careful last year with my devices, because I didn't have that many smartphones, I don't know. Let's go over to the next thing, number 3 here. The screen brightness is still kind of bad when you're out in the summer, even though right now it's getting like winter time where I live, so it's really not that of a big problem for me. But during the summer, the screen brightness still sucks, and this hasn't just something. This is not just something with Galaxy devices, but it's a big problem with the current smartphones, that they aren't so good out, you know, when you have sun. So hopefully they can improve that a little bit more. I think Sony has some kind of white crystal display or something that should work better during light, you know, in the summer. They should have some smartphones like that. They should be better for that, but they have like mediocre specs, I think. If you go ahead and go down here, also one thing that you can complain a little bit about is that it still could be a thinner device. It's still pretty bulky, just like that. Even though they made the design better from last year. And the thing from last year, oops, something with Facebook. But what they made better from last year is that they made the device more curved. So compared to last generations, the original Galaxy Note and the Galaxy S2, it still feels better because more curves are extremely important. Then also one thing that I really want to see like next year, and something that they can do to make the device more sexy and stuff like that in 2013, is make it more edge to edge. And that would just be so amazing, because edge to edge is nice, so they can remove this border, and you know, they can still slim down the smartphones. And if you're wondering why they didn't compare, you know, the browsing experience that much in this video, is because I don't think that many people care about it. And also same thing goes with benchmarking stuff like that. It doesn't really tell you that much, but my browsing experience has been good. I haven't experienced that many problems, and sometimes when I connect to my Wi-Fi, sometimes I get problems like they disconnect and then it reconnects. So I'm not sure if that has something with my router, but usually when I turn on and off my router, it works normally again. And of course, also TouchWiz. Some people really hate it. I think it's pretty decent, but I still think CyanogenMod 9 and CyanogenMod 10 is probably better, and like maybe the stock experience of Android. But I still like TouchWiz, even though in the menus over here they can make it a little bit more interesting. I mean, like it looks black. It looks very much like Android 2, Android 2.3, and Android 2.4 still. And they could improve it with this dark border over here. They can also make it transparent up here. That would be a little bit more cool. And also, I actually love the power widget up here in the top that you can quickly swipe over here, and you have all these kinds of cool settings. This is actually better than the stock Android in the stock new Android 4.2 Jelly Bean, because you can simply toggle this. If you do it in Android 4.2 Jelly Bean, you will get redirected to the settings, Wi-Fi settings and the settings for the GPS, but here you can quickly toggle on and off. And also that you have this quick brightness slider over here. You do have brightness slider also in the stock version of Android, but it's not as good, because then you have to tap up here and then edit this brightness. But brightness is something that you want to edit many times, and then this one swipe down is better than in the stock version of Android. One swipe down, then you have to tap up here to go to the widgets. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and do some more videos about this. But finally, I got my review out. So quick little video here, checking out some of those things. Hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, you just have an awesome day, and I will see you all in the next video. Yes, peace out.